Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ subscribe, hete.
Face TV Usman.
All right, good day, our wonderful viewers. I'm Fbi.Kyari, as you all know. Today we'll be talking about Abba Kyari's case with Hush Puppy. Recently, we must have seen the video of what Usman Baba said concerning the Abba Kyari's and Hush Puppy's case. That he said that's the IG now, the IG of the police now. He said he's yet to receive any form of formal letter from the FBI concerning Abba Kyari's case. So some hours ago, it's all circulated on the social media platform that the IG of the police, who happens to be Usman Baba, now said is yet to receive any form of legal letter from the FBI that Abba Kyari will be extradited to the USA. So, not forgetting that his case has been hanging on since July, when it happens that Hush Puppy transferred a huge sum of $1.1 million to Abba Kyari's account. When Abba Kyari was confronted that what's the essence of Hush Puppy transferring money to your account, what's this money for? He couldn't give any reasonable excuse rather than saying Hush Puppy said he should use the money to get some clothes for him. And that's why people now say, oh, since when did you turn to Hush Puppy's tailor that he'll be giving you this huge sum of money to fix or to amend clothes for him? Does it really make sense? How does it tally? What's the connection between you and Hush Puppy? So these are the many questions we need to digest and understand before knowing what else to do. And as it is, a panel has been set up on Abba Kyari as to whether he should be extradited to the United States of America or not. So the case has been lingering for a while now that Abba Kyari needs to answer some question in the United States. And as it is, I think this government is in favor of the Northerners most, because they are the one in high positions. They are the one in, most of the top official positions in Nigeria. It's just the case of Usman Baba. Buhari is just fixing all those Northerners. I'm not supposed to say the boss, I just have to. Imagine when Abba Kyari was being impeached from the office, a new DCP in person of Tunji Disu, took over. What happened to the Yorubas? What happened to the Igbos? And the top official too, in the EFCC as well, Rashid, I can't really remember his full name now. So he's been fixing them there with all these Northerners people. Who says they are not corrupt? So it is that a panel has been set up by the committee that, okay, they need to hear from Abba Kyari what really led to this case, what really led to this issue. But I don't think there's any tangible reasons as to why that huge fund of money was being transferred to his account. But I can recall vividly that there was one article I read about this Hush Puppy case when the case was still fresh and hot. So reason why this money was transferred to Abba Kyari's account to me is this. I suppose that there's this other guy Hush Puppy was working with. So in the long run, this guy promised that, I mean, he said he's going to, I think in the long run, the guy wasn't really interested in cyber case and all those things. So he said he's going to reveal the secret and all that to the public. The guy came to Nigeria, he traveled to Nigeria, he came down to Nigeria, and Hush Puppy traced this guy and called Abba Kyari to arrest this guy. So Hush Puppy already promised that he's going to give Abba Kyari a sum of money. I really don't know. So the money was transferred to Abba Kyari to arrest this other guy for threatening Hush Puppy that he's going to reveal to the whole world what they are really up to, this and that. Of course, we all knew what Hush Puppy was doing all this while before this case get expanded to this extent. He said he's just a Instagram celebrity. That's what he does. Not until he was caught and he now had to change his profile to a real estate management or so. So to cut the long story short, this other guy was arrested, and that's how all the old Ula Balu boom out. So in what Usman Baba said this morning, I mean some hours ago, he said, let me read out to you. The allegations were based on fraternizing with Hush Puppy and even receiving some series of instructions on extrajudicial torture and so on. When the case was being looked onto, all these allegations via committee that was set up by the DIG, Deputy Inspector General of Police, and we submitted our report to SGF on the findings of our investigation. Now listen to what Boss Mustafa said. He said, hold on. Okay. He said, I have not received any extradition request formally. This is what Usman Baba is saying now. But I have read from other places that there was an extradition request. I've not seen it, and that is one. Then two, when this issue of Kyari started, we took our own action by constituting a panel to look at the allegations that were made against the senior officer.
I have not heard it formally, but I have read it from the social media that there was an extradition request. I have not seen it, I have not heard it formally. That is one. Two, when this issue of Kyari started, we took our own actions by constituting a panel to look at the allegation that was made against the senior officer. The allegation was based on receiving gratification and also patronizing with Hush Puppy and his group, and even receiving some instructions and so forth. We look into all these allegations by a committee that was set up, chaired by DIG, and we submitted our report to the SGF for betting and advice on the findings we have gotten in the investigation. We've just received the legal advice from the Office of the Attorney General, and we are working on what to do next in terms of asking the officer to account for what we have gathered in the investigation. I have not heard about it formally, but I have read it from the social media that there was an extradition request. I have not seen it, I've not heard it formally. That is one. Two, when this issue of Kyari started, we took our own actions by constituting a panel to look at the allegation that was made against the senior officer. The allegation was based on receiving gratification and also
so they are both the secretary and the other Attorney General. They are working just to make sure that this discharge appropriate form of justice to Kyari. It's really unfair. So all these top officials up there, especially if they are Hausas or if they come from the northern side, this government is really in favor of their maladministration policy. All these people. But what do we do? It's because they are in power now, so they believe that whatever they do now. So I've come to the end of this program. Thank you for watching Face TV. We appreciate.
Please subscribe to Face TV Africa and turn the notification on. Face TV Africa, subscribe, hete.
Face TV. Usman.